programming. Hope everyone's doing well today. Hope everyone's had a good day so far and a good week so far. Now that we're coming to the end of it. Now, my immediate thing I want to point at is, as you can see here, of recent projects, this is the one that we were working on last week, has not been touched since last week. So I have not done anything to it outside of the streams, as promised. I've done some research and looking into things, but nothing more than that. So yeah, been interesting. So where were we at with this? I mean, it's still fascinating to me how little this game actually has under the hood. In terms of our resources, and yet it is as at the state it is currently. Now this is the fun thing, technically speaking, if you wanted to be like a nightmare of a creature, you could potentially program an entire game with a single pixel. It just means that you've got so much more to do. Okay, so at this stage we have some very basic things kind of in. We have stuff like fire rate reward, which we're probably going to get rid of this, mind you. We'll see. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to yawn. But this was just a test to get it all working, right? So, now this begs the question of how do we want to proceed? Why is that not loading for me? Sorry, something's not loading on my side and I just need to fix that quickly. Hopefully that should fix it. And it did, cool. Good. No, that is completely unrelated. Sorry, I'm just also closing a couple of things while I remember. Alright. But yes, so what are the goals for today? Well, the goal is to basically have the main gameplay loop ready and done, and probably add in a little bit of menu stuff. Not all the functionality for the menu will be added, potentially, because there's, for example, one of them we might see if we have the time for. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Again, this is a project that's very like low intensity, right, for what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to add a slight difference to things. So this may seem weird, but you'll see how it matters in a moment. This is something that we're going to do across the board in a lot of locations, by the way, but this is just kind of what we're going to be doing for the moment. So it will be minus, because it's less time. Now, this is going to require a lot more work. So what I just added, and this is the important aspect of it. So what I just added was a system where it will now do the change of speed independent of the base speed, which means I don't actually have a scaling factor safety net like I did before. So what would happen before is that it would always be 10% of the current value. Now it will be 10% of the whatever value. So this actually means that it can potentially, out of what, if it's 0.1, right, that it'll be modifying. Well, I mean, it's not technically fully implemented yet because it will need to be added to this thing. It's how it's going to change. It's because it will be plus equals 0.1. And then we yoink from the controller create event the same equation. We could turn this equation into a function pretty easily. In fact, I might just do that. Let's see. Oh yeah, whoops. Boom. So that's the equation there. So now we can just put this in much easier. Like that. Why bother having to rewrite the same thing over and over again when you're just gonna... Because this is the thing, this will also be used in other contexts as well. Not just this one. Now, it also means that I can actually create a safety net inside of that value, potentially. So, what I mean by that is we go back to controller. We can create... if this equals is less than or equal to 0.1, then 0.1, else it'll return this. And also we don't have as an if, because we're doing a ternary operator. which again, a ternary operator is an if statement, it's just written very, very differently. The old-fashioned way, you could say. Now this actually does mean that we can have a lot of checks for things as well, because now we have a value that is like nothing will go below this. So what I mean by that is if I'm going like, okay, well, when we are spawning the gate, we can make a function quickly. Ignore low values. So we'll put in an array here. Now we're just going to create a small safety net. Because obviously we want to be able to ensure that it's not going to just cause a random crash because of certain stupid things, because that's how programming always works. Okay. Now I have to wonder, is because technically speaking this is an I for loop iterator, and I can't remember if I call a function that also has an I loop iterator if it cares or not. Or an I, like a var I for loop. I don't think it does, but I may be wrong. So maybe for assurance sake, let's just give this a K instead of an I, because then it means that I can do it inside of a two-dimensional for loop as well, which you'll do J for the indexing of that typically. Welcome to the weirdness that nobody understands. Like, I'm gonna be honest, this is the fun part about it. I iteration for for loops is used because I is index. J is just because it's kind of close on the keyboard, I think, and then like from there it really doesn't matter. Technically, you could just do A, B, C, D and all that, and it wouldn't be incorrect. It is relative to your code. I'm used to doing I iterators, baseline, and then doing like I, J, then K, and then L, I think is the furthest I've ever gone. Yes, that is a very, very intense iteration, but sometimes you might need it. So I'm going to have a check. So we'll have to have an if check in here. So if array index dot we'll call it org equal see, because it will be augmenting global arrays permanently, right? We're only going to ever edit global arrays or global values, so okay, so now we have one value we need to add to this, which is org, and it will be the name of the global that we're going to be modifying. But as a, yes, I know, good lord, my phone every time. Friday morning, I just get like several emails and messages from a bunch of bill companies and stuff. It's like, hey, by the way, your bill's ready. It's like, thanks. I don't pay you till next Wednesday. Very useful. I'm also going to add in a value here. And we're going to change this function to take in an input. And we're going to change this to input dot value. And I'm going to remove that. So there's going to be a lot of things that are getting changed here, because this is, again, we're early on, so we're just doing concepting. But now we're getting there. No, it's not I, it's K in this circumstance. And then we have okay, and then I could do pre thing. It'd just be better, right? How do I want to do this? K is equal to da, 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 da. Should work. And then I'm just going to do a quick inline of array length, reward array is greater, is less than or equal to 0, then break. So this technically is incorrect then, because what we need to actually be doing is doing a percent mod, and org will need to be an array. And then we go back to the controller. Okay, so then we do, what is it called again? It's percent. So that's the base value. And then we copy this code here. And we change this to 1. So that will tell us if the value is, yeah, 0.1. And if it is, then it'll start giving it to us. Now, mind you, this will take a extremely long time to hit, I believe. Because, yeah. I believe it would require 10 levels of it, at least, at this point. Trying to think of how the maths works out. If it is, so it's 100% of the value, yeah. Then it will be 0. See, this is the weakness of doing this way of doing it, because then, like, technically that means, yeah, so 10, I have to lower the value potentially to make it feel worth it. Because, like, only having needing 10 of an upgrade to make it maxed out seems pretty easy. To be fair, this modifier is probably going to be on the lower side of things. Now, the other thing we need to do is we need to change how this reward functions. So how do we run the reward? It's in the step event, I assume? No. How do I run the reward? Oh no, it must be. Yeah. And now will be the change to it. Okay, so now we introduce different gate rewards. And there's a few other things we can introduce as well. So how do I want to handle this? Because this becomes a very interesting question of, do I actually start moving stuff to the player? Because of how I want to handle the next bit. For you see, there is a lot that changes. So that's... No, I believe it's in the creative end of it, doesn't it? When I create the player. surely. Yeah, here we go. Oh, player. Player scale. So we have player X scale and player Y scale that we're going to modify just a bit. To be, see how this looks. I guess it needs to be an exit, not a break. Okay, cool. We have an error. These are always good because then we can learn from them. So it seems like that is not working correctly. Why are you not working correctly? It should be a string input, right? To those. Zero and one should be the case. Did I get it wrong? How did I get that wrong? Okay, I need to actually abort this so I can just read the full message because it's not actually showing me all of it. Okay, let's put in a... no, I need to do this in debug mode to actually get that to work correctly, because why not? Oh, cool. We already broke one, apparently. Org is unable to evaluate. What? Okay, that is actually confusing. Because org should be evaluatable. Yeah, see? Am I misunderstanding how variable global get works? That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, yeah, I could do an error check, but like the fact is, even with an error check, it doesn't stop the fact that this is incorrect. It should be a value. It's just not evaluating this correctly. It should be AUG. So again, this is array, K is 0, 0, and then it should be func in detail, AUG, and value should be all the ones that are available to it. But for some reason, it's not working. I actually do not know why that's not working. My brain's not getting there. Because the thing is, it's not like... Because in the step event here, we see that reward, which should be that value there, .func is working. Well, theoretically. And yeah, that is the... That's interesting. I'm actually very confused as to why this is breaking. Okay. Because yeah, it's unable to evaluate. How goes the work? The work goes, but irritatingly at some moments, mind you. As we are seeing right now, there is an error I'm completely blindsided on. And I'm trying to figure out what I've done wrong with it. Because, again, so if we go here, go to variables. So this is this array, and it should be the first value, and then org, but org is not working. Unable to evaluate. Have you ever seen the how goes the work a duck bedtime story towards your childhood? Not off the top of my head. It doesn't ring any bells. Yeah, nothing has come into mind. You have no childhood, communist slave, ducks, all there is. I'm sorry I wasn't born in your country. Or in your area that your relative would get that information. It's almost like I was born in a different country that has a very different system and I didn't always get the same shit as you. It's a magic idea, I know. Almost. It's almost likely I was also born before that. I don't know. Impossible, I know, right? How dare I? It's almost like being born on like the other side of the globe would impact my the way things work. Other humans don't exist. Oh well, no. Now we're getting into philosophy. Okay, I could get into that. Why would this not be evaluating? You're still in the same time zone though, or like one behind me? Yeah. It's totally not like it's nearly 9 AM for me. Here we go. So it triggers again. Still the same. Should go explode for 10 minutes because you ate too many M&Ms. Fucking why? M&Ms aren't even that good. Of all things to eat too many of. Okay, I'm actually very confused as to why this isn't working now. I thought maybe that was a stupid little error there. Stupid little error. Okay, so what I'm gonna do for a moment then is we're going to remove spawning gates. However, I'm going to have a display. I don't need to see player health right now, right? Okay, so that should just fix that for now. So now what I need to do is I need to pull... Try this, and this should just crash immediately, right? Or no? See, that's correct, though. So I'm now left even more confused. um... Because what I just did there should be the exact same as this. Unless something is getting pushed through as the array incorrectly. Oh, it's not the global. But it should still be the same. No, it's because it's not the thing. Yeah. Okay. So I can't do that comparison then. I don't think. And that's what's that's telling me. That's alright then. How do I handle that then? There is one way to handle it, so this would be AOA. How do I correctly do that then? You know what? No, what this is telling me is I am gonna redo a system. The way I intend. Okay, so we made the player smaller. Why did we make the player smaller? This begs a question. What the fuck is the idea of this? Well, I'm sure we've seen, I'll see if I can quickly scroll Twitter and find like an ad for the game that I'm kind of doing as a reference point. Surely there's gotta be some shitty mobile ad somewhere. Oh my god, someone coding in fucking kanji. Ugh. I see them all the time on my phone. Where the fuck are they on desktop? I guess it's because they're on phone and it's the ads tailored to mobile. Come on. Alright, I'm gonna fucking pull this shit up if I need to on my phone. Because again, it's one of those things that I'm sure everyone's seen this ad before or something similar. There you go. So we know that this ad is false, by the way. Community notes have proven it. But that sort of game, right? You can kind of see the general gist. Again, we're not going to show what the game actually is. You can try and backwards check if you want, but it's because it is a false advertisement. We're not actually going to advertise that game. So in that you start with like 1 or 2 units that shoot, and then it progressively increases from there. You get more units and you can increase the guns and improve their things like that. So that's what we're going to do. So on the player, I'm not going to probably do anything at the moment, because that's how I roll. We're going to make a function for creating a player. So there is a lot of things that are going to go into this function, but for now, I'm not too fussed about how to get all of it done. We will have to have a thing for checking how many other player objects, setting up stats. There we go. Setting up stats and setting up updates. Cool. So we'll do this part first. I mean, first things first, before we even do the check of some of this. Because we're not gonna check how many there are if there is literally no other objects of it. How do you get the number again? I think it's literally this one, right? It's how many objects there are of it. With this function, you can find out how many active instances of a specific object are exist in your room. Cool. Okay. So what do we think? How do we want to do positioning? We probably want to make it like a pyramid. So like they go slowly back like that, but also fill in. So how do I do the numbers for that again? It's 1 per level, right? So what is going to be the gap between a player? It will be probably the player X size. So what we will do, so how are we going to do this? I'm trying to think of like the best way to handle this. I think it's going to be a multi-layer, like it's going to probably be a 2D for loop, right? And we're going to do Y, so underscore Y. Underscore Y is less than, just gonna put it in 4 for the moment because I need to figure the things out. And then underscore Y plus plus. We'll just, yeah, again, it's an arbitrary value just to get the loop done correctly. Because it's probably just going to be num, right? Because we need to go through for all of the things. No, this isn't the correct way of doing it, because then I'm making like empty loops. No, it's a modifier value. How do I do the equation then for it? Because this is actually an equation that will help me out for something else in VTuber United when I go back to reworking something. So this is actually probably a very important equation to figure out. I feel like I've done this equation before as well, and that's what's bugging me. Because I'm just like, I'm trying to search my brain when I could probably just redo it from the ground up. Because technically, if I do manage to find the equation in my head, then that will be faster by a long shot. Because we gotta have... So first player is in the north, is the perfect XY. So we need to have actually no, it would be based off the main player. So for now, I'm just gonna do +5, right? I want to see how this works. See how this works. Also, hey, Roger. Because this might be the beginning of I need to start writing these functions outside of the create event, if that was doing what I think it was doing. Okay, it wasn't. Oh yeah, it's not doing anything because, yeah. Big brain. Okay, that should do it for now. Yeah, we'll get to those eventually, fixing that. So, now we can confirm we'll spawn it relative to the player. We'll probably... Actually, that's a really good question. How do I do this next bit? Because I don't think this is technically working how I quite want it to. Strange that I'm doing it that order. There we go. Right, I have a cat that's about to jump on my lap. Hello. You're smelly. There's an easier way of doing this, but I'm doing this for the moment. It would just be doing an if statement inside of this and checking for the num thing. Which, actually, yeah, let's just do that quickly. Instead. Because this should just return 0 if there is no O player objects. Okay, so how do I do this equation? What is the term for it again? There's a specific term for the triangle that I'm wanting. Does anyone remember? Be very helpful right now. That's a store in Canada, what? Um... No, that's not what I want. What is the term? Term for repeating incremental patterns. Of shapes. quite what it is that I want. Like, I know exactly what I want to do, but I can't remember how to fucking do it. Because I've seen it, I've done it in code before. I just can't remember the fucking equation, and it's pissing me off. Let's pull up Paint and see if that jogs my memory. Of course, my computer went so slow that it decided to Google Paint on Edge instead of open the app called Paint. Okay, so what I'm talking about is point here is, so it's really hard to see. Point here is the origin. Then what I want to do is the next one would be placed here. Then the next one would be placed here. Then the next one would be placed here. Then here. Then here, then here, then here, then here, then here, sort of theoretically. And it would just constantly go in that pattern. So what I would need to do is I would need to somehow... The y coordinates would need to be incremented based on an equation that's constantly incrementing. Because this is one value here, this is two wow. I'm doing this with mouse, so 3 values here, and then there's 4 values here. And then here it's like this is half, this is full. Then this is full. Well, this is actually 0 here. And this is half. This is full, and this would be 1.5. So this is actually 1 here, and this is 1.5 here. So the x coordinates is going from kind of like that. So if I was to do the equation of this, how would I do the equation? But this is why I think I need to do a for loop. Let's try this slightly differently. So let's think about the equation. Because like, again, it could be a ternary operator, but then like I would be making an infinite ternary operator, which is not what we want to do. So I'm going to need a value out here. which is y mod equals 0 and var x mod equals 0. Okay. Then, actually, so instead of x, y mod, it's layer. Right. And y layer is plus plus. So at this point in time, it will push it back constantly. So now I need to have it alternate off a variable. So we need var y equals 0. So if num is greater than y layer, then it will increase the layer. However, that will increase it every single layer by 1. So then we also need to times it by y num. Oh, this is really weird. I think I'm getting there. Var y max equals 0 for the moment. Actually, no, this needs to be 1. And this needs to be 1. And then this needs to be 1 as well. Actually, no, it technically needs to be 2. This needs to start at 2. And then what actually happens is if num is greater than y num minus, in brackets, y num times actually no, it's y num plus y num times y layer, right? So this will return, so inherently will have 1 to start with. So I might need to lower some of these numbers. I'm just gonna write this for a moment before thinking too much further. Y max plus plus, and then layer plus plus. And then y num equals 1. So that should correctly create the downwards effect that I want. So now I need to do this sort of. I might need to do some work with this. I still don't think I've quite got the numbers right here. So I need to kind of sketch this as I go. Where's my tablet? Because this is just easier to do with my, like a pen. Okay, my computer apparently lagged there. Also have fun, you saw like all of my desktop for a moment there. So, let's say we have one thing. One is greater than, so to begin with we have... So I don't actually need this, right? No, I need to do backwards math, don't I? A decrement, like a infinite decrement. Because it would be the current number yeah, so y num. Right, and then it also needs to add on the, in this brackets here, it needs to go backwards on this aspect. So how do I do that? I think I need to do another for loop inside of this just to do this equation. Because I don't know if I can do a thing correctly. Oh, this is such a fucking awful equation to do. I hate this. I'm sure someone's got like a fucking easy answer to this, by the way. And this is what I'm pissed off about the most. So it'd be plus for layers, y layer. So for how many layers? We would need to then take the max so we'd need to, for layer, minus 1 layer. Then we would need to find minus 1 max. and then return max. So I'm gonna put this on the other screen just so I can make this equation make sense in my head. Actually, do I even need this for loop on the outside? I don't think I'm going to. We'll remove it for the moment, but I'm not gonna move stuff around to accommodate it. God, stop doing that. There we go. Equals y max minus 1. And then, okay, so definitely have a for loop here. Because some of these could be turned into variables external to this to this loop, the function, just to make things faster and easier. Just once I've got it down in my head, though, is the big problem. So then I need just gonna call it y add equals 0. Y add plus equals y max temp, and then y layer temp minus minus y y layer no, not y layer temp, y max temp minus minus. That'll be fine for now. And then this will be y add. Right. And then y would be plus player y scale times y layer. So y num is actually the index of it of the current layer. So we're going to probably change that. So I wonder what happens if I try and do this equation. Makes one behind me. Cool. So the layer is going to be 0 to begin with. The y layer, then player x index is going to be the thing. Is going to be the number, and then the y max. Y okay. Now this one's going to be the more complex equation, right? Because we want it to be going kind of like either side of it. So we want it to be going in halves and fulls, depending on the thing. So layer 2, technically. Alright, because we're gonna also have so index is always 1. So we're gonna take these. And we're also going to add to this thing. So layer plus plus, the max is plus plus, and index equals 1, like we have here. If we go, if I'm gonna look at this, could I divide by that? Because if I just quickly go into here and we just as a quick test, yeah, that's working correctly. Cool. So what you couldn't tell there was I was having to press so I pressed it once, we got 1. If I pressed it a second time, you didn't see it, but we got a second 1. And then if I pressed it again, there was another layer down. So again, it is doing the incrementing how we want it to on the Y scaling. Now we need to do the X scaling. So, how am I doing the equation for the X scaling? I mean, technically there's an answer to move the origin and then increment it based on that. X index, I mean, technically, shouldn't these be in here as well? Because then we can do... X... I mean, I could just modify the X spawn. Actually, no, what we could do is player X spawn mod equals 0. Whoops. And then every time a layer is added, spawn mod is plus equals the player X scale times 0.5. All right. Actually, no, it is just the player X scale. And then we have so that's the baseline there. And then on top of this, we plus player x index times player x scale, isn't it? Let's see how this goes. Okay, it's not right, clearly. Is this the wrong way around, is it? I feel like it's not quite there, but not right. Okay, I want to test, is it this bit of code that's sending it off to the fucking side of the thing? Also, I need to re-enable disabling gates. Okay, that's technically working correctly, but not quite. I need to get the difference between this and this. So it's not this that I'm supposed to do, right? Or the inverse of that. True. Okay. So at the moment, this is increasing by point, like the X scale. Is it literally just this? Is that what I'm doing wrong? Am I overdoing the calculation? That's probably what I'm doing. So yeah, I was overdoing the calculation. And then, okay, so then we add in plus this, I think, is going to be incorrect for a moment, but it will get me somewhere. Does this give me the effect that I want? It does, but we still have a small issue. But we'll fix that shortly. I believe that fixes it. This isn't a great fix to it. There's technically better fixes, but we're just doing this for now. It's not supposed to be a very smart game. Okay, no, we'll do the smart thing then, actually. You know what? How do we do the smart thing? It'd probably just be... get... let's see, player X spawn. Does this work? So. Yeah, it's not quite working. Oh, is it supposed to be Y spawn? That might help. I keep saying I need to disable the gates for a little while, and I keep forgetting. Oh, for God's sakes. There. No, it's the next one down. That one. This just stops that crash for now, because we're doing a lot of extra stuff to modify. Okay, moves correctly that way. Doesn't quite work that way, but if we get this one out now... Kind of stops there. Cool. That should work correctly. Oh, no, it's not. Sprite width's not gonna... because it's not the player. That's why that just wasn't working. Player... X scale. Should work correctly now. Yeah, that's the one fear I had. Cool. Okay. No, I've confirmed that eventually it does happen. So... Plus, in brackets, Y layer times player Y scale. So what this should do is it should correctly always check for the lowest down the bottom. Okay, now this begs the question, why have we done all of this when we could have done a lot of things much easier? Well, that's because we're gonna do this. Now, player shoot is going to have to get some slight changes done to it. hopefully this should work. Of course it didn't. Okay, do I need to put in this? I can never remember. I think I do. I think that's what I did wrong. It's not often I pass a function in like that. It's a weird sound, but you know. It's just, yeah, it's something I don't typically do. I just write the function inside of the time source typically. Unknown object player dot player shoot is not set before reading. I don't know, did that fix it? Making it a local thing so it forces the pull of it? No. I feel like I'm being really stupid right now. Like, incredibly dumb. Because, I mean, there is the answer of just doing this, but this is horrendously bad to do. Because I'm not going to have any control over it. No, it's still not working. What if I toss it in here? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna check two things quickly. See if they break. Okay, so that's not that, then. Oh my god, I hate this part of it. I'm actually very confused again. Gotta love it. Oh, it's because the function's not universal. I think it's because the script is non-universal. again, that's kind of my point of I normally don't deal with that issue because... yeah. Now we're on to a different issue. Which is this one. I normally write the functions into the thing. And I normally have script things separate as well. Fuck, it is a mess, isn't it? Kind of like that though. So now that I'm actually doing this the way I normally do it, I'm just going to commit a bit more to doing it that way, because it's just going to be easier on me. So now I can actually make the modifiers way smaller because they're going to go much further. There's also a gate reward we're going to add. Oops. Yeah. Okay. Okay, there we go. Again, at the moment, it's kind of arbitrary fuck around values. Seeing how we can get things to work. Hello. That was a different era, right? Yeah, it's to do with the player shoot. Okay. Oh, it's because it's no longer a controller-based thing. Yeah, so now what I need to do is go to the gate rewards and go... do that. Because it's all been moved around. Undefined expected a script. So what's wrong with them? Is it not passing through the thing correctly? Again, gotta work through these things. This is how this stuff works. And why I wanted to do the series the way I wanted to do it, because this means that, okay. Rewards array. Oh, hello. There we go. And reward points, it will be this one. So if I leave it to play, it will be shooters turn up. Cool. But we get this. Ew. That's because that's not how you do that, is it? It's... Yeah. That way is how you do it. I forget these things, man. Gotta give me a break. We should actually remove that by now, by the way. Okay, so we got more or less kind of what we want going. That doesn't look too bad. So now we go back to here, and this is going to be player health, and then player health is going to be changed to 1. Oh no, to 0 actually. To 1. And then in script dump, we're going to get 1 health for every player that you have, or every unit. And then when a player would lose a thing, it would delete a player. That's the idea. So I could change this from player prime to player ID index equals this. Then we go back to script dump, and then we change this to array push player underscore ID index, and that. And then we have instead of player prime, we have index 0. And then we can go to the controller And then it's in the step event. We go here, and we'll need to make it a function for this, right? So it would be this ironically means we can actually get rid of actual health if we want to, by the way. And then so this is the index, so it would be array length player index -1 and get rid of 1. And then we have, instead of this if thing equals 0, it would be array length player ID index, and boom. So let's go to script dump and dump that in there. So it means that we can do it however we will. Now we'll go through and remove player health from there. And I believe from here then what we'll do is it'll be array length. And then player ID index again. And that will give us our HP value. Yes. No, it would be here. Create player. No. Is it in create? I can't tell from this. I hate when it's slightly off. I think it's in create player. Yeah, so we added it there. There we go. Okay. There's a few changes I already want to make, but we'll talk about that later. what do we think? It's not too bad, I guess. I don't mind them. So there's a couple of things that we're going to do. First of all, go to controller, go create, and we're going to make a value here instead, which is damage taken and damage require. And then we'll make this 2 for the moment. So then we go to step event. And this is the gate. So what we do instead is damage taken plus. And then we'll do this for something different in a moment. All right. So then it's going to be changed how this handles to value. This may seem very strange, but this all makes sense. And then we make it would be, so there's going to be another variable which is value. Value amp, I think, is what we'll call it. Okay, and then value amp equals the floored value of damage required, no, damage taken divided by damage required. And then in here, the reward will be reward dot value, oops, times value amp. And then if x, sorry, y Oh, it's just there, yeah. So now it's you need to shoot it and you'll get bonuses, but you need it to get to the end to get the bonuses. And you can get some massive bonuses out of it that way. And it also means that I can change the damage requiring on the fly very easily. So the damage requiring will be based on a few factors, and we'll probably make a function for this. And it will still be within like a variance range, so it's not guaranteed and all that. But there you go. Okay, how long's it been? It's been almost 3 hours and we have not done any of the UI stuff like I hoped. We have got basically the core gameplay loop done though. Like anything else now is expanding upon what's already there. There's a couple of cleanup things that I'll want to do, but pretty minor across the board. Most things are actually handled relatively correctly now. So, go me. I'm happy with that. Don't use that variable anymore, huh? Guess I use this, maybe? I don't know. But isn't it fascinating how simple a game this can be? So there was one thing I was considering last time, and I think I'm going to avoid it now that we've got more shooters, just because it will probably feel weird. Which I was going to have it so magnitude of distance away from press impacted how fast the player would move across. I don't know if I like that idea now that we actually do have the player getting the numbers in and everything. Now also keep in mind that player, like enemy health and stuff like that will probably scale with time and stuff like that, all of this sort of stuff. And there's going to be some stuff at the end of a run to basically tell you if you did well or not. And those numbers are going to be really absurd. It's because it's going to be funny. I'm going to just have to try and aim for no integer overflow moments. The fact that fire rate is got a cap, and it's very hard to get that cap though. I mean, like, that's the thing, is you were seeing the fire rate was increasing drastically still, even with it only increasing by 1% per tick up. So it took a lot of resources to actually get your attack speed up now. So we'll probably do something similar with like the other stuff. All sorts. I mean, like, I'll probably also, realistically, we add a multiplier in here for like what it requires as well to add into the how many shots it requires to increase its next increment. And yes, we're flooring values just because we don't want to really muck around too much more than we already are. I could choose not to, and it would not be detrimented, really, for it. But flooring, it just makes it safer and easier. And by having it so the gate needs to get to the end, it means that you have more time to shoot it, but it also means that you have to risk more time shooting it. It also means that what if there's an enemy behind it? If there's not Pierce in the game, which there will probably be, then we'll see. In fact, let's actually add Pierce. I think that's probably a wise idea. So, how do we spawn the bullets again? It's in the chute. Player chute. In here we have PS will equal, and it'll be probably a global value. Boom. And we need to add that up here as well. Oops. And now we can add as a gate reward PS. So as an additional thing here, we'll add we'll just say for now 2 for this. But for this one, for example, it's going to be 5. And then we go to controller, create, and then we're just going to, for the moment, You know, there's an anime I finished this morning, right, that I've been watching over the last few days. And I think it's fucking awful. It is such a cool concept, but it's just so bad. I don't know if the original's bad or not, but it's just like it was from last season. It's like my one hit thing is OP or whatever. My instant kill something. And it's just the dude is what it appears to be like, and this is just based on ideas that I've seen from it. The dude's like the embodiment of the end of your kind of like fate, right? He's not an actual person. He's just an embodiment of a concept, and he can see all of that sort of stuff. So he can sense intent to kill, and he can also just kill the thing in terms of concept as well as what we're seeing, because like you could remove the thing, then heal it back, and it would still just be dead. It will never return to its original state because it's just it itself conceptually must be dead to his understanding. And it's such a cool idea, but it's just such a weird gag series, and I'm like, you had such a cool idea going here and you used it on some pretty... Again, not gonna say the original content's bad, but the anime was to be desired. We'll lower this for the moment, but... Player PS plus equals value. Nice. So now we've got a system that's pretty easily movable and scalable. So now there's a few things that we want to do from this point. Obviously add more rewards for gates is the clear answer. Add scaling, which I already know how I'm going to add some of that. We already have some good ideas for that. So let's start working on that, eh? So we're basically going to be creating a clock. Yes, a clock. So we're also going to have the clock be a thing here. Okay, so this one's actually really funny because what it is it's going to be Wow, it's incredible, isn't it? Who would have seen this? It's such a difficult concept, but fun fact, that's how, yeah, time is done, and do that in games. It's such a weird concept as well. Like, to me, it's just fascinating. Now, there's a few ways we're going to want to display this time, by the way, and it's going to be funky to do, but we'll do that again later. Well, we'll do it in a second. But now we have the timer in the game. So let's actually get the display for it going. Oh, hey, you said? So this is the score, so we're going to use this as a reference point. Draw. What is it again? It's align. Yes, this one. And it would be left. Is it FA left? I believe. Yes, it's FA left. Okay, and then this is going to be... Ooh, how am I going to do this? No, ternary operator. So, is less than 10. Ternary operator, string. Else it will be a string. It won't even be a string, it will just be time seconds. And then here is going to be string. Whoops, we need to put in this 0 1. Minutes and then seconds. And then the Y position needs to be it's resolution width. No. The width needs to be resolution width. God damn it. The X, there we go. So now it should be in the top right. Okay, well that's not quite where I wanted it to be, but you know, it's working. God damn it. Not getting the opportunity to actually hit the shooter one enough. Don't really care about PS right now. Fucking more fire rate, okay. It's not even gonna be that much. Ah, of course it's a shooter on the exact opposite side. It's not gonna give you anything unless you hit it a bit. Okay, PS actually might help quite a bit. More than I'm valuing it. But I would like shooters, for God's sakes. Here we go. I should get a few shooters out of that. Yeah, there we go. Now things are silly. Numbers that go boom. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this is far funner than I thought it was gonna be. So I've probably just got infinite PS at this point, realistically. God, that creates such a beautiful pattern. I'm probably capped on fire rate, realistically. In fact, actually getting the fire rate thing is going to be bad because it creates a reset timer. Ooh, more shooters. I don't think I've got a cap for those. Nearly? Yeah, well, I mean, I cover the entire area. Cool. I would be hitting everything at this point. I have 160 shooters. I have 205 shooters. I have 250 shooters. Yep, so we got that working. I think it's this width, right? So what I might actually do... If I put it as 0, does that change it to what I want it to be? Kind of. I should probably, what I should do is put this in like this. So I can then also get string width. Time. Whoops. Time. There we go. Think that should work? Yeah, it's still not quite where I wanted to be. Is it because of the scaling? Is that something I can set? Let's see, draw set. I mean, I can do it via the font if I wanted to, but I don't want to add the font right now. Because if I add this like this, it's just going to go off screen, isn't it? No, it's fine. Okay. Oh, yeah, it's because it's the GUI, and the GUI is actually to the correct size. So what I would actually be best to do is, for now, or at least just in general, display get GUI width, and it'll do it for me. Cool. See? Okay. So we've now got a timer in, we've got that in, so let us leave, no. Oh my god, you're kidding me. Okay, I'm gonna call out, not names or anything like that, but I'm gonna call out my university for a moment. So I worked for my university for some time post-graduating. In fact, during my graduation, I was working at graduation. So they've just sent me a message about, hey, would you be available next week to help for 3 days doing the Rampa session? And I'm gonna be honest with you, the problem that they also may not be remembering is I moved. I'm no longer in the same city as them anymore. So basically, I would probably be responding with pay for my accommodation, pay my wages, and that I was paid at least back then. If not, if it's gone up, then I have to go, it goes up. And then pay for me coming down there, or coming up there. Oh, and also pay for the fact that I'll be missing out on university time. So the short answer is, I know for damn certainty they're going to say no to that. So it's a situation of, do I even respond? I'm probably going to respond, be polite, but there's also like, wow, what a bit of a dick move. Just saying. Okay, I'm gonna make the function for scaling stuff. Scale hit requirement base amp. So yeah, that's a fucking funny email to just get. A week before, not even a week before. Keep in mind, so they're asking me to be there on Tuesday. It's fucking Friday. No. I'm just... What the fuck? I know they treated me like shit for a good fair few moments. They were nice people, but they did treat me pretty much like a labor horse on the good day. But I don't even live there anymore. Alright, return. So let's do some math. So it's gonna be 1 times the base amp. Plus no wait. Times global dot minutes is this obvious way of doing it, but we want to probably do a little bit more. Do seconds times point. Three? No. Don't want to scale that fast. 0.1. But I'm gonna do some fun math. Plus in brackets, minutes times 60. Okay. So this means that the hits required scale pretty aggressively, overall, over time. I can add to this at any point as well. So like I could add, probably not there. It would probably be to the base value. Times length, player ID index, times 0.1, 10% of that. Should make the overall scaling pretty low effectiveness, but I can change that very quickly if I choose to. Just means that obviously the more units you have, the harder something is to kill, which I think is fair. We can also have scale hit requirements affect enemy health a little bit. And I mean, baseline could just be 1. And then there is a concern, however, and I think that's what I should add, is a projectile ignore list. So what we do is we go into here, and it's probably best to just do it with the thing in here. Array push ignore, and then we add in here array. Oops, I keep doing that. Find, no, array contains I don't know how to spell, do I? Yeah. That would help. And I think this returns -1 if it fails. Or just false. There we go. So this means that if it has PS, basically, it's not going to just rack up numbers. This beginning bit's really hard. Until you get like some shooters. Fire rate seems nice, but if... Again, it's you prefer shooters. I feel like it's shooters, pierce, and then fire rate are actually the value, which sounds really funny. Okay, I'm gonna sit over here and I'm just gonna see if it correctly removes units. It does not. We have not set that up correctly then. Because I don't actually delete the instance, that's why. Boom. Now the player should lose. Thing. Correctly. We need to get some numbers first though, and then we'll move over here and see if we actually lose them. Yep. Ooh, but that value's not changed. Interesting. Okay, so then we need to pull up this stuff and inverse it. Basically. Okay, so, okay, that should do it correctly. Think. Let's see how this works. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of testing with this one. Because this is a maths that is just so... Again, my brain's not there today. Cool. Seems to work correctly there. Nice. Okay. Also, fucking sent an email to the guy for the lawns and he hasn't responded. I sent it on Monday and I'm a little upset. Might have to flick him another message. Just kind of like go, hey, what the hell, my man? I was hoping you could get the lawns done like this week or next. Got no thing of where you're at. I want to be patient with him though, because he is a really awesome person. Does us a really good deal. Okay. So at this point, it is mainly UI stuff to work on, other than the expansion things that we've kind of already shown. What do I want to do if I want to do anything for expanding? Can't think of anything for expanding. Come on, music. I don't know. I think we're done for today, and like from this point onwards, it will be just, yeah, the UI stuff, and implementing any other ideas for like gate rewards that I think of between now and next. So yeah, leave comments or send me messages or whatever about ideas that you have towards this game. We're gonna probably be hitting the menu hard next week. I'll see if I can find some like music and sounds. I mean, we might make sounds on stream for this, and we'll try and make kind of the end of the level, the actual end as well, which should all of this should be pretty doable. Effective next week. Aside from that, I can't think of anything else. So yeah, with that all being the case, thank you so much for watching. You're awesome. Stay awesome, and I hope to see you again next time. Until then, bye-bye.